in Domalguda, reminded of the many trips, many visits I had made along with Babuji Maharaj. From the 1980s, 83 I joined the mission. So when I went to the Indian Oil Corporation in 1987, I started traveling with Master a great deal. And quite a few visits were to Hyderabad, Domalguda in particular. Those were not very good days for Master. When Shri assumed charge of the mission, there were many undercurrents against him, and he was particularly sad that Hyderabad center was not with him. The VRCs were not with him. In his private conversations, he used to express his sadness and anguish so many times. But he went on visiting Hyderabad. And as he said, he went on working on the VRCs. And slowly the change, the transformation, the miracle happened in Hyderabad center. And as a result of his work today, Hyderabad is probably a jewel in the crown of the mission. One more ashram came up in Domalguda, and then the next one is Kana Shantivanam ashram, for which the foundation, the initial work was done by Babuji Maharaj. So this is how the masters work on us. 50 years back, Babuji Maharaj set up this ashram for the benefit of the abhyasis here. That must have been preceded by many visits this side. Not too many, but at least a few visits to Hyderabad, Chennai, etc. As a result of his work, we are finding the growth today. So, Chariji used to say, masters have enormous patience. One day, when we were talking about some problems, he said, I have infinite patience. The infinite capacity to wait. Overnight, they did not want things to happen, but they planted the seeds, just as Babuji Maharaj went by train all over, from Shahjahanpur down south up to probably Kerala. And all along the railway track, as they said later, centers came up. That is how the seeding of the entire country has been done by the masters. In those days, ashrams were very few. So Hyderabad was a privileged center to get an ashram through the magnificent donation of this plot by an ABSC. Without our giving something to Master, things do not happen at the mission. He gives us everything. Even the capacity to give to the mission, he gives. But our heart must open. I have been listening to our Master Kamaleshji. Yesterday also we had the privilege of sitting with him, and he said, we should have the largeness of heart. And it should be enormous generosity of the heart. Then only we can advance in spirituality. Otherwise we will get stuck. And he said it is part of our character transformation. The instinct and the ability and the willingness to give. To give to Master out of what he has given us. Charity used to resort to the example of a little boy giving a chocolate to the father. bought out of the money given by the father. The master gives us the capacity to give to him. When we give to him, we give to ourselves. And it becomes a cycle, it keeps on increasing our capacity to give. Because it is an internal game, never-ending game of the expansion of the heart, the expansion of consciousness, the expansion of the sense of responsibility and commitment, the ownership of the mission, that this is my mission, this is my project. I must keep on giving whatever I can give. And when we start giving in small doses, he keeps on increasing our capacity to give. For 1.5 years after joining the mission in 1983, I did not give a single pie to the mission. I was not used to giving to anybody like that, any donations. As a government servant, I was a hand-to-mouth government servant, taking care of my family, 3 children, etc., tight budget. So it did occur to me that I must give something to this mission, to this master. After 1.5 years, when I was standing in Gayatri, suddenly the idea came to me, I must give something. And I took out the 50 rupee note. Those days, 50 rupee note would be probably equivalent to a few hundred rupees today. 50 rupee note. I gave to master. He took it with a smile. And he went upstairs to his study. Came back within 2-3 minutes. And again with a smile, he gave me the receipt. He had print up the receipt and signed it. I wish I had preserved it. So my donation started with 50 rupees. And with an enormous feeling of happiness in the master's face. I later realized it was not the amount. It was the sign of my opening of the heart. Because of the work he had done on it. Later on, I became more and more committed. That's different. We are not going to talk about how much we gave, etc. But it's a process of the expansion of the heart that the master wanted, not the money from our pockets, from our bank accounts. The heart must open, because he has been working on our hearts, just as he worked on the hearts of the Hyderabad IPS over a number of years. Similarly, Babuji Maharaj must have worked on the hearts of the IPS of this place, Tirupati, Tinsukia, Shahjahanpur, wherever these ashrams came up in this time. So it is a big saga, great saga of the masters. They kept on working on our hearts. But we should also cooperate with the process. Yesterday, Kamaleshi was saying that the master does the work, but we have to cooperate. Master fixes the trajectory for us, but we should not stray away from the trajectory, the course, the road to the goal. When we stray away from that, master cannot do anything. Then we deviate because of our attachments, because of our desires. We hold on to many things. This I will not give. That is the attitude. This part, the spiritual part, is let him do work on me and change me, transform me. But the other side, the very personal attachments that I have, I will not hand over to him. Swamiji was very clear on this. He used to say, when you offer your heart, everything you have to offer to him. Even your little desires and attachments and your ambitions, everything we have to hand over. Your sins of the past, your guilt feelings. It's a nice quotation which is displayed. Do not worry about the past. Past is past. What we do in the present can take us into the future. So when we hand over everything to him, then he manages our lives. It is a real adventure, a challenge and a torture, a self-torture to do this, to hand over everything to Master and say, Master, you guide me. Maharaj used to say that Master accepts everything and then he gives back what we need for this mundane life and for our spiritual life. He gives to us. As a pensioner, I was having a little hard time managing myself, my finances, etc. I had also started writing books and publishing books, etc. And my donations to the mission, etc. Then one day on my birthday, when I was 70, he gave me some gifts. Brother Sadbir brought a collection of things in his presence, handed over to me. So I went on examining some shirt piece, some pant piece, a few miscellaneous things. And I saw in a small pouch a gold coin. I asked Master, this is an expensive thing. And whenever he gives a gift, you can see a shy expression in his face. He gave a shy smile. He said, yes, it is gold. And it will keep on multiplying itself, he said. It will keep on multiplying itself. So ever since that day, I have been having enough money for my travels in the mission, my various other activities. Somehow, pay commissions are appointed, they give higher scales, higher pensions. When Master wants to help us, millions of people around us also can be helped. Like Babuji Maharaj returned from a trip to Europe along with Babuji Maharaj, and he heard that a new salary scales had been introduced in TTK, pension scheme had come into place. Now the rights and the yatra are somewhere that this was the blessing from Babuji, but it benefited a large number of people in the organization. I am convinced that I am getting better pay, better pension because of Master. But then when it rains, so many people who are benefited. They are all beneficiaries of Master's grace. The Master cannot discriminate. When he wants to give us, he gives to everybody around us. But then we don't become abhyasis, we don't become devotees of Master in expectation of material benefits, material gains. It is the largeness of his heart. When he finds that this fellow needs more resources in future, then he contrives to see that you get the resources. So these are all lessons, practical lessons in our lives, that when we open our hearts, he puts things there, so we can keep on giving. So a single ashram here, how it started and multiplied into 3, and number of abhyas is multiplied over the years, all because the work was started by Babuji Maharaj. The foundation was laid by him. Even before we were born. Many of us were not born that time. Or many of us did not know him in the physical. But his work had already started. I have written about many of my dreams where Babuji Maharaj figured, although I had not known him, I had not met him. So we have a very long-term connection with the masters. The hierarchy of masters have been working on us even before we came into this planet. And their work continues. So when a new master comes under a new name, a new style, new form, we should have a stronger faith. Yes, these masters are committed to our evolution. They not only provide physical facilities in the form of an ashram, but they are committed to our evolution as souls. And they are determined to guide us, handhold us towards the eternal goal of emergence. In that process, we should see that we do not offer any resistance by closing our hearts, limiting our hearts, sealing some compartments of the hearts so that even Master cannot open them. Let us always be open-hearted, and the unlimited generosity of the heart, which Master Kamaleshji has been talking about, must become a reality. On this happy occasion of the 50th or 51st anniversary, is the completion of 50 years, half a century after the inauguration of this ashram. We should feel grateful that Babuji Maharaj started this process. Before him, Lalaji, and before him there were so many masters in the Guru Parampara. All of them have been aiding and instigating vast human transformation, which is the purpose of our birth on this planet. And all these noble souls that took birth here in the form of spiritual masters did this work. They are doing this work. They are all together in this venture, in this greater adventure. And we should feel proud that we are part of this great movement of the Spirit that should continue to inspire us and make every effort at our individual transformation by holding the hand of the living Master. Let us thank Babuji Maharaj with great devotion and love for the first visible step of spirituality here, the concretization of the plan of the Masters here 50 years back. Thank you.